Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Stable video. And in this video we have a brand new March 2026 blog for the Equestrian Festival, along with a birthday horse co-variation coming out and a 10th star in the Marching Gas Castle. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so we're going to start off with the March 2026 blog for the Equestrian Festival. Okay, so they wrote during our pre-production phase, a 2-week period where we sit down, plan, scope, brainstorm, all that fun stuff. Back in a long gone January, we started discussing equestrian theme. So far, the Equestrian Festival has been themed around fancy English riding, but looking at the definition of equestrian, of relating to or featuring horseback riding, it should be inclusive of more than just English riding. To begin with, we need to open up the theme to a possibility of including more than English riding into the future. So for this year's festival, we will not be adding any other disciplines. So basically, this is telling us that they wanted to make the Equestrian Festival more inclusive, not just English, fancy riding, but more of like adding in a bit of Western here and there. I feel like we already have the Camp Western event for that. So I feel like it should be a bit more English than Western, as we already have a whole entire event based off of Western. So I kind of want to keep this English because, like, this is kind of like the English festival, then we have the Western festival. And most fancy riding, like dressage and stuff like that, hunters and all that stuff, is English. The fanciest and most prestige riding is English. So, I do really want to keep this English. I feel like that's just the theme of this event, and I wanted to keep it that way because I just feel like that's how it's been since forever, and I honestly like it better that way. But anyway, that's that. So we also have like this picture of a dome. There's like a metal dome cage right here, and looks like this is a photo prop place. So there's tulips honors rearing right here at you, and then looks like this dome is going to be a photo prop place. So looks like you can stand in the middle of the two horses and take some pictures. So it looks like we're gonna get a nice little photo place there. All right, so then they wrote creating only elite content becomes a bit repetitive after a while. We wanted to expand the Equestrian Festival into a horse-centric event, celebrating the bond between riders and horses, and anything horse themed. So we started looking at similar real-life festivals and shows, mainly the Sweden International Horse Show. SIHS is one of the biggest equestrian events, so why not take some inspiration to bring it to one of Jorvik's biggest equestrian events? Something all of us designers were quite charmed by was the amount of silly we found at SIHS, hobby horsing, fun shows, and Shetland steeplechase, to name a few. So why shouldn't the equestrian festival have something silly? Luckily for us, quite a few silly people work here at SSE, and they have had quite a few silly passion projects. Projects we work on for fun, with hope that it'll one day make it into the game. So when a horse mascot and a bouncy horse were available to us, we simply could not say no. This is how we ended up with my course, and that's all I'll say on this matter. I'll leave it to them to tell you about it when the festival begins. Or to be fair, I guess the two designers we caught and put in front of the mic and said, okay, scream as if you're stuck in a horse suit. We'll tell you about it. And then looks like we have the horse mascot, Mick Horse, right here, which is going to be like the new leader of the festival. And then we also have a task board right here. So you can click on it and see all the dailies you can do, all the weeklies you can do. And by completing them, you get points. A reward that a new one will unlock every week that you can work towards, and you can claim them and you get some free prizes, so that's always nice. But adapting to life in a horseshoe isn't the easiest, and running a festival while stuck in a horseshoe is even more difficult. So there will be plenty of things to assist them with. May that be making sure all the activities work as intended, or working on teamwork between Mick Horseface and his near and dear rear. Now, bouncy horses. The direction asks us to give the festival more spring, or are we just very passionate about silly stuff? I guess we'll never know. But if we'd happen to be very passionate about silly stuff, and if we'd happen to have directors that are very passionate about silly stuff, we might just cram in a few more silly things. For long, there has been a certain dark rider shaped cloud looming over the Equestrian Festival, a story many veteran players have played over and over again each year. but with reframing of the festival mixed with the general theme of this quest, the executive decision to move it out of the Equestrian Festival was made. So this will be the last year Sabine will taunt you in the Equestrian Festival. They're also going to be adding 4 new races, so you might delight in sprinting and bouncing through various courses. I've even heard we're getting a blast from a very distant past. Some might even say it's part of a legacy. Okay, so we're going to be getting 4 new races. We're going to be getting the Bouncy Pony race. We're going to be getting the new Starshine Legacy race. So that is actually this one. It's like a little tiny, like, loopy track, and you go around it 3 times. And yeah, so here's a picture of it right here. It's a very nice race. It was out in the game like really long ago. But yeah, so there is the 2 of the new races. I actually have no idea what the other 2 races are, but those are the 2 races I know so far. Furthermore, on the horse-centric theme, this year's festival comes loaded with a quest quizzing about horses, a quest riding a horse, a quest finding a horse, and that's not even all. I hope you all have fun bouncing around in the festival grounds alongside Mick Horse's shenanigans this spring. Then here is the Bouncy Pony pet we are going to be getting for the Equestrian Festival this year. So this is a new pet coming out. And it looks like it might be like with Mayor Peanut, the talking horse. Looks like they might have attached a walkie-talkie, and it could be like a talking bouncy horse. I feel like that'd be pretty funny. So that might be a little something that's with the festival. But yeah, so it looks like we're going to have horse quizzes this year. There's also like this new quest of like daily riding lessons or like daily riding events or something. It's like a riding session where like a bunch of NPCs and you do like a riding session or something. I don't know, that's what it sounds like's happening, but I don't really understand it fully, but that's what that's supposed to mean. And then we have to find a horse. We actually have no idea anything about that quest yet, but it seems like it'd be fun. But anyway, that is the game blog for March 2026. If you want to see a bunch of more spoilers on the Equestrian Festival, check out my latest videos that I've posted over the past, like, I don't know, 2 weeks. I've created like 5 spoiler videos spoiling every single thing that's going to be coming out with the Equestrian Festival, from horses to sets to pets to races to quests. It's all out there, so make sure to go check that out so you know what's coming. Okay, so next up, we are going to be getting a special co-variation for the Star Stable birthday. It's going to be Star Stable's 15th birthday, so right here it says a special co-variation is coming to Star Stable's birthday. Share your wishes with us. So if you go onto Star Stable's Instagram story, it'll say this, and then right below it, it will say what breed it should be, and then you can just type in your answer. Then it will say what color should it be, and then you can type in your answer again. I'm still thinking of like the perfect breed and coat color I want. It's definitely a Dutch warmblood. I'm obsessed with Dutch warmbloods. So I definitely want a Dutch warmblood co-variation. I'm just thinking of what color I want. So if you have any suggestions, put it in the comments so I can send that over to Star Stable and maybe my vote will be picked. So who knows? But make sure to go on to Star Stable's Instagram and vote for what horse variation you want to be in Star Stable's 15th birthday celebration. And we don't know if this is going to be a free horse, a horse you have to pay for, or if it's going to be permanent or limited co-creation. So I guess we'll find that out when the celebration comes out. And I really hope we're getting a real birthday this year, not just a dance floor. Okay, so the Star Stable community found out this new glitch to go into a locked area of the Marching Cast, which does have an available star in it. So let's get straight into it. So, if you didn't know, Star Stable added a new star to the Marching Ghast collection log without telling anyone. So, as you can see here, when the Marching Ghast released, there was 9 stars, but now they have released a 10th star without telling anyone. So, the Star Stable community found a new area and where to find this star. Also, if you want to see where all the other star locations are, I have a video posted on that, so you can go ahead and watch that. But anyway, let's get straight into it. So you're just gonna follow where I go. You can just start the trailer and then you can just, just follow me. So you're gonna go head over to where the graveyard is. And once you get to the graveyard, you're gonna go down towards this door right here. You must be dismounted to access this area. Okay, so then you're gonna go to the door right here, and you should be able to slip right inside. and it leads you to this very creepy area with a bunch of hanging cages and like cellars and stuff. It's like a very weird place. So as you can see, there's a bunch of like cages over here, and it's honestly such a cool area. And I wonder where Star Stable is going to take the quest line with this area because it's honestly such a neat place. But anyway, once you come through the door, you're going to go to this cage right next to the door, and you're just going to walk inside, make a turn, and the star should be hanging out right here. And now you have re-completed your collection log for the Marching Gas star locations. But this area looks super nice. Great job, Star Stable, with like designing this area because it honestly just looks amazing. And I love how they made it. And I love how they have like the creepy cages everywhere. I wonder if like the nobles were lying all the time, this whole time, and they're like killing witches in this area. And I wonder if like they burned them in here or something. I don't know. That sounds pretty harsh, but you didn't know what they did back then. But this looks like a very nice area. I think Star Stable did a great job making it. Anyway, without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.